Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is BARAK RAVIV, and it's my privilege to be the chair of the Campaign Advisory Council of the Western Region of the Shaare Zedek Medical Center in Jerusalem, one of tonight's sponsors. It's also a great honor to have been asked to chair this evening's program. To say that what will be discussed tonight is timely is a great understatement. When our regional director, Paul Jesser, discussed the idea with the David Suissa, I don't think either one of them could have foreseen how very recent events have significantly changed what the original discussion, which was the effects of the recent Israeli elections, were going to be about. Tonight we begin by observing Yom Hashoa, Holocaust Remembrance Day. We must never forget what evil can do. To commemorate this horrible time in our history, I would like to share with you a prayer written by Elie Wiesel. I no longer ask you for either happiness or paradise. All I ask of you is to listen and let me be aware of your listening. I no longer ask you to resolve my questions, only to receive them and make them part of you. I no longer ask you for either rest or wisdom. I only ask you not to close me to gratitude, be it of the most trivial kind, or to surprise and friendship. Love is not yours to give. As for my enemies, I do not ask you to punish them or even to enlighten them. I only ask you not to lend them your mask and your powers. If you must relinquish one or the other, give them your powers, but not your countenance. They are modest, my requests, and humble. I ask you what I might ask a stranger met by chance at twilight in a barren land. I ask you, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to enable me to pronounce these words without betraying the child that transmitted them to me. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, enable me to forgive you, and enable the child that once was to forgive me too. I no longer ask you for the life of that child, not even for his faith. I only beg you to listen to him and act in such a way that you and I can listen to him together. They are modest, my prayers, and humble. I ask you what I might ask a stranger met by chance at twilight in a barren land. Please rise for a moment of silence and remembrance. Thank you very much. Before I introduce our panel and moderator, I would like to call upon our host to say a few words. EFREM HARKHAM is the president and CEO of Luxe Hotels and founder of LWH Hotels, a collection of global boutique hotels. Luxe Hotels includes this property, Luxe Sunset Boulevard Hotel, the Luxe Rodeo Drive Hotel in Beverly Hills, and the branded property Luxe City Center in downtown Los Angeles. Born in Tel Aviv, raised in Australia, and now residing in LA, EFREM is a supporter of many Jewish and Israeli-based organizations and institutions. The one word most used to describe EFREM is mensch. We thank EFREM for tonight's event. Please join me in welcoming Mr. EFREM HARKHAM.
Wow, how nice is that? Thank you so much, Barak. And thank you for chairing this event and for supporting this organization and keeping it going. And you're doing all that you do for our city and the Jewish community. And the beautiful poem by Elie Wiesel, appropriate. So it's a pleasure, it's a major pleasure really to be associated with another event with Paul Jesser, Shaare Zedek, with some Metcalf museums, representing the Metcalf family, and so proud to be associated with the Jewish Journal. You guys have come a long way, and you look so good. David Suissa, you've done a great job. Rob, really, I'm so proud. And we have Shmuel Rosner and Susan. It's really a pleasure to be with you, and you, the audience. to take the time out to learn about this. As Barak said, we had no idea it was going to be this interesting tonight, because we thought the event was going to be about the election in Israel, not about what's going on right now in Washington and Israel. And so this is a very apropos that we're here tonight to learn and to move it forward and to be united as a people. Big challenge, major challenge we're facing, Israel is facing, the Jewish community. So this is very apropos, and I thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to a great event, a great evening tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, EFREM. You are the best, and we appreciate everything that you do. It's now my pleasure to introduce tonight's panel. There are 3 panelists, Rob Eshman, Shmuel Rosner, and David Suissa. Our moderator will be Susan Freudenheim. And to save valuable time, I'll share very short introductions. And if I missed anything in your bios, please let me know and I'll come back and say it. Rob Eshman is publisher and editor-in-chief of Tribe Media, a niche multimedia company based in Los Angeles. Rob started his career as a staff writer at the Jewish Journal in 1993 when it was a very small community paper. Shmuel Rosner is senior political editor for the Jewish Journal, and Rosner's domain, his daily blog, is hosted by the Jewish Journal. Shmuel is also a contributing opinion writer for the International New York Times. David Suissa, is president of Tribe Media and the Jewish Journal. Susan Freudenheim is the executive editor of the Jewish Journal of Greater Los Angeles. Susan has been executive editor since 2011 and served as managing editor from 2006 till 2011. Susan will lead the panel discussion for the next hour, and then the panel will answer questions from you, our audience. If you wish to have a question asked, please print it clearly on the card provided to you and give it to one of our staff members. Rob, Shmuel, David, Susan, we turn the program over to you.
Thank you. Is this working? I just want to make sure.